Congratulations on your show. I noticed you do our whole Instagram thing live or connect with the artists them and those things there. Big things, big things, big things.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What's it called?
All our reasoning, you know.
Oh, what
All our reasoning.
I just want to know why I never got invited to all our reason. Yeah, man, that we need light now. We need light.
Oh, you
That we
need
need.
light.
That we need
Lighter.
light.
Well,
Yeah, man. I hear the
yeah, man,
crickets chirping. Y'all
definitely.
live a good life, you know. I hear
Ah,
everybody a chirp and you relax and look young and you're going well,
no,
man.
well, you know, the thing going on is like, within that time I know, well, you don't have no choice to do, but well, you have to do well
You
because
have to do well.
it's required to do well. You
Yeah, yeah,
understand?
yeah. So,
So
I,
I go on with a
I
long time we no touch base.
mean, I tell you, the people that don't know, see, this is an artist that I do a lot of business with. I've connected with him, I don't know, for the last 15 years. And one thing I tell you, anything I beg him, he comes through. Never a hassle, never argue. He comes through with flying colors. And that's the respect that I can tell you that I don't take for granted. So I try not to overdo it sometimes. But boy, when you have this man who has these hits and you're well connected, sometimes I get excited. I just give me this. And I just sometimes I have to tell Wiz, calm down, man, calm down. You'll get, but you have to wait, man, a little bit. What did I tell you? But let me just first start off saying thank you. Thank you
Oh,
for, you know, looking at a young gentleman like myself who is not of the riches and not of the thing, but you never shunned me away. You never treated me like a nobody. You always gave me respect. And when doing business with you, it was always proper and never a fault. So, you know, I
well,
really want to say thank
you
you.
know, I just got to tell you that, you know, in life we live to live, right? And I
Yeah,
say this to say that sometimes it's the simplest of things that you can do for your one that they will remember. You know, it's not the big things in life. It's not, you know, it's just a small little things. And over the years, like I said, there's some circles of people that I would call it that I grew up with in the music because all of us was young when we came into the music and we grew up together in the music. You
right.
understand? And from the day I know you until now, it was always music. Music was always a part of your thing. Music was the number one thing.
Yeah,
And you know, I am music, and music is my number one. So if I find other people like me, then I could call it that me and them is on the same train.
yeah,
We're rooting for the same cause and we're pushing for the same objectives.
yeah.
So when you come and you say you need a dub or you need a song, I have to go find it to make you get it to play because me know I don't take you to take the sample we put on, you take the sample we play. You
Yeah.
understand? So it was always something that me always, you know, always find myself doing, not just you, but with a lot of DJs around the world. A matter of fact, I just came out of the studio. Uh, I did some stuff for you. I sent it off and I sent to a lot of stuff. I sent to Miss Jacob, so she's gonna forward you all the stuff.
Okay.
But I see you have here that I don't own the rights to the music. You're not playing in the music, so why did
Um,
you?
because when I started the live, I was playing your songs. So
Oh,
when I started the
that's a
live, I was playing
yes.
all your songs. And when you said you'll be back in 6 minutes, I was thinking even Bashmet, one of your fans, asked me to play singing melody, but I said, boy, I don't like playing the music on Instagram because Instagram is fierce when it comes to music, right?
They are.
So
They are.
now that
They are.
you're here, I can take this down um and stuff, but it's been like that. So I was trying to feature a whole lot of singing melody, not my dub plates, because I have to make sure I'm careful with them when I'm ready for class. You know, they can't hear that. They can't hear that. But you know, it's a joy because of the years, like there's very few. I won't say there's very few artists that are
Mhm.
superstars like yourself that remain humble, that you could just talk to them. Like when you come here, when you Canada, I always check you because it's a reasoning, you know? And you always, I
Yeah.
always like new music because you always give me new music and it's playable, it's radio friendly, and as soon as I get it, I can say sing a melody without no worries. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
I don't
You
have to
know,
worry.
something funny happened with the next chapter. I went on Amazon to purchase my own album, and when I went on there to purchase, I saw it says explicit.
Wow.
So I get kind of hesitant about it. I was like, explicit, that's not, I didn't, there's no explicit in my music. But then
Right.
when I go back to Caliente, I realize that, just the typical word shit, I just say in the intro of one of the song. It's like you to say a word, but it's not intended to be bad. It's
Oh,
like damn,
right.
but you to say shit instead. And because of that word, just that one word, they rated the album explicit. So therefore, and I think the reason why they do that, in case that you have kids who are going to listen to the album under age such as 10, once they hear the word shit, it's like a violation to their growing up and understanding what that word is, and they might end up using it.
Right.
So there's a lot of things to be considered when you're making an album and when you're putting out something to the world. Just that one word. I've never had a curse word in any of the songs,
No,
but
never heard
but
that.
just the intro. But just the intro. So it's just funny how you just said that just now.
Yeah.
So this
Oh.
this is my first album that is rated explicit.
So do you link them? Do you link them and try to change that, or is it because of that
No,
word?
no, no, no. It's really the record label. They have to put it on it. Once you say one word that is not appropriate, they have to rate the album, not just rate the album explicit, but just the song itself. It's explicit in the one word in the intro, which is shit. Shit, like I said, damn, it's so hot in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Does
yeah,
that hurt
just that.
sales? Does that hurt sales
Huh?
for you? Do you think that
No,
hurts?
no, 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 no. I was just making a fun of it. Oh,
No.
just that one word in the whole album that could have make the whole album be explicit. Just one word, you know. So it's really just life learned lessons and things that you learn
Yeah, I
over
wouldn't know.
time.
Yeah.
Yes,
You
yeah.
know, Mr. Melody, everybody started at a young age. It seems like, most of the superstars that I know started 9 years, 10 years, 11 years. What's Singing Melody's story? When was it that you knew you were going to be, you know? We're bringing you back. We're bringing you back.
Bring me back like flashbacks of the time we met. Some made us sad, some made us glad. You know, dancehall. Put it right there. Dancehall was the place for me to really get recommendations, training, everything that I needed to go into the record industry.
Mhm.
Because dancehall was just a place where we go to exercise and to test your talent with with patrons. So before we could have end up being recording artists, we'd have to be on the sound system and getting that kind of support first before we can be able to get into a studio. So dancehall was the place and sound systems that started my career.
So,
And
did you follow a sound system? Were you on, like, you had to follow a sound system?
all sound system. Back then, I mean, artists used to have their own sound system, but I was more like of a freelancer. I moved from sound to sound. For instance, my first sound that I went on was a sound called Warwick High Power, and this was just my supervisor sound and one of my friends who used to select the sound. But my supervisor didn't know that I was an artist being on the sound because I go to work every day. you know, after school. So him not really realize and I take it seriously that, you know, I'm
Yeah.
an artist and his sound. So one Friday they have after work jam at the factory and I was on the sound system singing. But they thought it was record playing. So I guess him come in now to tell the selector to turn on the music and him realize it's me on the mic. Him say, wait, are you up on the mic? Yes, put on my mic, put on my mic. Leave the place. Nobody come back. See I make up here nice in my place at a Friday evening time. So that was the joke of it. But the long and the short of it is that sound system was the place. Second sound I've been on was a sound called Genesis, and from Genesis to Inner City to Roadstar to Kilimanjaro, and then ended up back now at Gemini. Now before that we have another sound where me and Wayne Wonder used to hang out on called Big Youth High Power, and Big Youth was a sound that we used to exercise on. So I introduced Wayne Wonder now at that time to dancehall. You understand? And I try get him to kind of get friendly with dancehall and the microphones and so on and so on. So I brought Wayne Wonder with me to Big John High Power. And Big John High Power now, we circulate our talent there until I ended up at Gemini after recording Show Me With The Love. So the mission and the road is long. You know, sound system was the platform though.
Right. So you are you telling us that you were the one that helped brand Wayne Wonder to the industry?
Yeah, well, somebody have to be responsible for somebody, you know.
Yeah.
So we're not here to talk about how I bring Wayne Wonder in the
No,
music because it's
we
not
just want to
really
know.
like that. It's really just my humble saying that Wayne Wonder and I at that time, because I met Wayne at King Tubby's and you know from there we start to hang out and
Yeah.
I brought him into the dance hall to actually show him the ropes of dance hall and show him how to really exercise in thing and so on. So I really call it that I'm responsible for him that way.
Was
Yeah.
it as a singer? Did you start off as a singer? Were you DJing as always a singer? It was always from the get go. Was a singer.
Always from the get go. I knew I wanted to sing from the idea of me, you know,
Yeah.
because music was in me, it was in my community. I mean, my mother was a singer, so it's like, you know, it's like me inherit that blessing from her, from true God, handed down to me from her true God. You understand? And that's how I really inherit this whole music energy. So being in my community now, it was just all music, was sound system. Everywhere, as you walk a mile, there's a
Yeah.
sound system playing. So sound system in our community. So I'm from the era where Volcano High Power from, and that's Henry Jonjola's Volcano High Power. So I used to see all the stars them come.
Yeah.
Everybody, just name them. I used to, as a little youth, I used to just do it. So them used to call me the runner because me go a shop for everybody because me just feel proud to know that I could have able to see Yellow Man and certain people and still yet grow up, come be a big artist so I could have able to tour with them and remind them of the days them too. It was joy, always a joy, you
Was
know?
it difficult for you to, or were they so willing to give you the microphone? Because I've heard stories about it's difficult for the young youth to get in.
Not name there was always difficult. And I wouldn't
Always.
say difficult. I think it was really just paying your dues and folks knowing you and getting to know your music, know who you are,
Yeah.
and know how serious it is. Because look at let's take a page of today's book then.
Right.
There is no more addition. People just get up and say them are artists and them not have to pay no dues or nothing. Them just get a studio, go they beat a program a rhythm on a keyboard and then from there so you know them record them thing. Which I'm happy for this time because this time make a whole for you now forgot through certain things anymore.
Mm.
But I think the good part of this story is that it actually let me be a little bit more humble to realize that you know you can't just see a man place and run in and just say you're artist and you haven't paid no dues, you haven't done anything for us to realize. But I think back then was a little different too, because
Yeah.
back then you could have called a youth and send him out because back then this community did a raise kids, it never just mother and father. Now it's kids are raise kids And people are raising them own fitness. So if you talk to a man kid hard, or you are calling to send him out, yo, how we are rampant? That this one, you're premise or that about send out. Yo, move man, you know, them look at you, I will tell you. Who you are send out? They can't send me out. But at the same time, it was really just paying the respect and just to be around these people was so awesome because I've learned so much from them and I've gotten so much experience that I could have been able to use it and become the person who I am today.
You know, you touched on a thing that I want to talk about. The reason the reason we have Wizology shows because a lot of times when we talk to people, we see the superstar. Everybody knows Singing Melody, a superstar. Everybody knows Singing Melody. We see him on stage. You know, girls are flying and crying and running up because of singing and the songs and that. But we don't know the stuff that you had to go through. We don't know the difficulties of the times. There's times that had to be difficult when you're trotting through this journey that you're journeying. Can you bring us through maybe one of those times that, because you've stood the test of time, you have stood through the good, the bad, the ugly, the this, the that, everything, you've stood it. But bring us to a time where Singing Melody was, you know, thinking, were you ever thinking, man, do I really want to continue this? What's going on in the business? Am I going in the right direction? What's happening here? You know, let us understand that depth.
Well, to be honest with you, there's many times that I feel like, you know, this thing not going to work, you know, you need a job, you know. There's times when, especially when you have to record, like some of my bad days are really just auditions and the encouragement that you get from people and realize that it wasn't good encouragement, such as, you know, my first interview, not interview, one of my auditions that I went to REGGAE studio. And when I went to REGGAE studio, they wanted to, I went there to record a song. So, you know, I went on the audition day where, you know, you have to test out and stuff your voice so people can know if you really can sing. And then they will say, all right, come the idea to come back and try out a few rhythms.
Right.
When I went there, REGGAE, you know, in a line of youth, so REGGAE come out and say, yeah, so what you do? And I say, I sing. And he said, what's your name? And I say, Singing Melody. He said, go change your name and come back.
What? Yo, you didn't get a chance to sing. It was just the name alone.
Just the name.
My goodness. Yeah.
The man said, "Well, change your name and come back." So I said to him, "What you mean by?" I mean, he said, "What I say if you go to change your name and come back?" Because the name singing too much melody out there, man. You have Bob Marley and the Melody Makers, you have Quote the Melody, and you have Bobby Melody and all the other melodies. Too much melodies, man.
Yeah.
So I said, all right. I felt really bad when I left there because I said to myself, why, you know, I don't know. The man never even give me a chance to sing. Him just have to change my name. What the name have to do with my voice? I mean, he don't hear me yet. So how am I going to know if Singing Melody is fitting? You understand? And I went home and, to be honest with you, it kind of get the best of me. I cry and I say, boy, John, why so people wicked? People never want to get a chance in a life. But, you know, when I really sat down, the still moment after you don't shed your tears and you feel bad and you better, and I say, boy, one day I'm going to make it, you know, I'm not change that name. And I say, yo, I believe in that name, I know that name is my name and it will work for me.
Yeah.
So I start build back my confidence now and I build back everything when I lose by just that one man telling me to change my name. But then after sitting still for about 5 minutes and start to reflect back, I said to myself, you know, it's a good motivation him give me. Because right now, him motivate me right now to straighten up myself and I say, yo, believe in the name and XYZ and I start go hard on the name. I start push. So back then we used to make slurs like, they call me Mr. Melody. Them kind of something.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because I want people to know that this is the name that me a hold on to. So me I make sure so me staple it, me put a voice on it, and me put everything I can put into it to make sure the name is resound in people's mind. So that was our marketing tool and our PR tool we used to use and go around and just promote ourselves and sound system, you know. And long after that, you know, many opportunities come, whole heap of recordings, and you know, now the stardom ship start come through now, you know.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, even when I have the songs them like Show Me the Love and Groovy Kind of Love and them songs, I never even think I was a star. I just thought that, you know, I'm still trying. And, you know, my first trip, when somebody tried to book me to come Cayman, that's when I realized now that something is changing. Because we are living from just out of the dance hall going to and from getting the opportunity to sing on a sound system, maybe sometimes an empty dance hall, so you can be able to sing until people start coming. Then when the bigger artists them come now, them take over. And that's how we normally used to do it. So leaving from out of a dance hall with 200 people and 300 people, and then ended up now for a promoter call you to come do a show. It's a big thing, you know. So I started to look at it from there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, start to look at it.
Did you ever see that gentleman again that told you to change your name?
No, actually, yes, man. But like I said, it wasn't. You know, when I thought about it,
Yeah.
I went back when I have name, man, and everything, man. But I never remind him. Because me I said to myself, say, I'm motivated. If it wasn't for him,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I'm at today. So therefore, I just look at it as a positive. But first, when it happened, I was looking at it as more negative because it hurts. You know, when somebody say you don't good or you're not gonna make it, it's a painful thing. It's like a slap in your face. But then you now have to determine and realize what the vision you have and motivation where you have and try motivate yourself. And then you have friends now who used to support you. And say, what you talk about, man? What them I say? Them don't know nothing, man. Them are idiot, man. Them don't know singing. And thing. Man, I'll tell our big King Jammy say, man, no, not about music because him not take you on as an artist. Because him just not see the talent in you.
Right.
But it's not that you don't have no talent, it's just that him don't see the talent in you. So therefore you have to try many other doors and not many other doors. So we give thanks to the Bobby Digital, the King Jammies, the King Tubbies, the Parish Records. We give thanks to Glamour Wayne from Gemini because I'm responsible for showing me with your love. That song we're both singing melody.
Yeah.
Big up to all of the radio distract them, Barry G, all of the Mighty Mike and the whole of them youth they were the Japan radio in them early times there. We give thanks to the platform, to dancehall, the sound system selectors who have taken the opportunity to play great reggae music and to believe in the artists and with them play. You understand?
Yeah.
People like yourself and you know our sound systems. So I just give gratitude to each and every one who play a part in my development because that's how it is.
You know, when you did Shower Me with Your Love, did you ever think it's going to be a global sensation when you did that song?
No, Steely and Cleve, I was hanging around as a little youth around them for a while, and Steely, God bless him soul, heard that I have a song that can fit on the rhythm. So Steely said, "What? We'll link him and one Sunday me the woman Steely ride, come pick me up on the bike and say, hey, we have a vice, you know." And came go Anchor Studio down by Slipe Road.
Yeah.
And when I went in the studio, I never even know the whole of the song. So some of the words I might put in are my words. You know, we sing the song too. Yeah. And we put in some things in it because true we never know the complete song. You used to listen to the foreign song them. Sometimes the man them talk so nice that you can't understand the word them with them I say. So you end up just put in a little thing will match the sentence, you know?
Yeah.
And later on to realize that word is not really right. But it was a song that was big at the time and I fell in love with the song and the composition of the song, and I decided that this would be a good cover. But never knew that this song would have been the song that to take me on the road, to give me my first opportunity to travel and other things, you know.
Yeah.
So we said we big up Celia and Cleavia for that, because them are the man responsible for me bursting out in the record industry. Not necessarily the first to record me, because King Tubby's is the first. Little John is the first to record me. King Tubby's is the second, and the list goes upward. So that's it, you know. But dancehall was really the place that actually give us the opportunity to merge into the record industry.
You know, we're the live is going to end, so I got smarter on watching the time. So I want to know if we can restart, because we have to talk about the new album that's coming out. You have new stuff coming out. I also want to
Yes.
get into the lust factor and move up and stuff like that, because it's the world is listening to you now. I got people from Germany, Cayman, Massachusetts, Jamaica, Canada. Listen, and of course the crickets, where they're listening to right now too as well. So,
no, my crickets, you see, they are my music, you know. Them
yes,
inspire me, so I
we
got
like
to
the
keep them
authenticity.
around.
It makes
They're
everybody feel
doing,
like we're their yard. It makes
yeah.
everybody feel like we're their yard. Trust me. So, do you have a little time that we can forward,
Yes, man. Yeah,
restart the
man.
live? You're
Yes,
okay with
sir.
that? All right.
Yes, man.
So
Good with
we're
that.
gonna
Cool.
restart the live.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
Bless.
I'll be back in a second.